why in the heck are you here?
Now we're officially ruined because
Right?
we were looking at used boats.
We were on our ears the entire time because of the heel of the boat.
People are like, 44, that's too small. I'm like, it's friggin' huge compared to my last boat. I got so much space. I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't invite friends.
Yeah.
Don't invite
make
family.
any plans. Don't
Don't
have
make
any
plans about
expectations.
visiting.
We could return some bottles and cans and donate some plasma and maybe someday to work out.
Monohull life is great. What we want now is a multi-hull.
Have you found any gadgets or tech that you've been like, yeah, okay, I'm taking that home with me?
Well, there's a couple of Hooters girls over there.
We're here at the Cannes Boat Show, and I have seen people from all over the world, fellow YouTubers and sailors, and I'm looking around going like, what the heck are you doing here? Like, in France. And they look at me and they're like, well, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be over getting your new boat. And I'm like, fair enough. So I'll explain why we are here later on. But it got me to thinking, like, boat shows, and people travel from so far away to come to these, and you're thinking, well, is it really worth it? You know, like, what do you get out of it? So I thought, well, why not ask? We've got the O'Kellys, Nick and Megan here, and not that they need much of an introduction, but do me a favor and give me like 30 seconds.
The sailing
Sum
channel.
up your life in
the
30 seconds.
The sailing channel without a boat.
Right.
We start with that. But before that, we had 4 boats.
Yeah, we're looking for boat number 5. We've been on the prowl for like 15, 16 months because we're kind of picky at this point.
We know too much.
Yeah.
And we just haven't found the one, but we will.
This is a good place to look for it, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really cool boats. I think we
Yes.
found 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 that would work just fine.
Yeah, now we're officially ruined because
Right?
we were looking at used boats.
Yeah.
Oh, and now you're here and you're thinking, maybe.
No, maybe 10 years from now. I don't know.
Yeah, we
We'll
could
see.
return some bottles and cans and donate some plasma and maybe someday to work out.
It's really cool to be here, though. And it was so fun to run into you guys.
I know.
that's
Well,
awesome.
okay, so that brings me to my question, which is, so why the heck are you here?
Well, we were looking at a boat, and we've realized with the whole YouTube sphere that you actually can't talk about the boats that you're looking at because then everybody else comes in and buys it in front of you. But we're also shopping, looking at the new innovative designs to see, I guess, what's coming, spot the trends. We also do consulting, so we're talking to buyers out there and kind of giving our take on what we like, what we don't like.
And we also got some great invitations to go sailing in the Med, so I've
Okay,
never
well,
been.
that's what you really came.
Yeah, yeah.
You were looking off on some boats.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
blame you.
Yes, and we got to sail the new Outremer 52 for 5 days with Alwyn.
It's amazing, a fantastic boat. It seems like the big trend here, I want to call it like a space race. Your old boat, our old boat, the comparables now, it's like they're 30 to 40% like more voluminous. They're just larger, the interior spaces, the visibility is better. They're much more livable.
A 45 feels like a 50 now.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. So people are like, 44, that's too small. I'm like, it's friggin' huge compared to my last boat. I got so much space. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. So funny. All right. So then you came all the way here just for the show. So give me your take on, because at this point, you've been sailing for a very long time. So how do you feel about boat shows? Worth it? Not worth it? What do you show up for? Like, what's the point of a boat show?
I definitely think it's worth it. I mean, I've gotten on more boats than I would have, and some of these boats don't go to the U.S., so I've only gone to U.S. shows. So we saw
You would miss seeing a vessel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Ita, we saw the Sea Catamaran. So those are things I don't think we would see in the U.S. because I know Ita's never been.
I've never been much of a boat show person. I mean, back in the day, the idea was you could come down and you get deals on gear.
Yeah.
I don't think that really happens so much.
Well, I've gotten 0 deals on gear. I can definitely tell you that. If anything, it's you're just lucky to find gear these days. I feel like,
Right.
Yeah.
I guess one side benefit since we started doing the YouTubing is it's cool to meet people in person.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of a part of how they're dreaming to get into it, and now they're here and getting into it, and it's cool to see that happen, see what they choose for themselves, and meet them in person. It's been cool.
From the show, is there been anything at this show? Could be gear, could be a boat, whatever the heck. But is there anything that you were surprised by in a good or bad way?
I wish I had some time to think about that one.
You get time. I can cue the Jeopardy music.
The pink carpet?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the pink carpet.
I would say I was surprised that this show seems very mellow. I feel like Europe in general, they're just more sophisticated.
I guess,
and it's
chilled
just
out.
more, it's like a chill vibe.
I've been surprised there haven't been more catamarans here. Like, we've absolutely got Outremer represented, we've got a gunboat, we've got NHH, and some of the other shows that we've seen in the U.S., you know, they've got multiple.
I know what I'm
models.
surprised by, the fly bridge on the gunboat.
Oh my, how did we forget that one? I thought I'd seen it all.
I know.
Yeah.
A gunboat
With the fly bridge, right? HH now has one too.
I mean,
The 88
market
is launching right now, and it's got a fly bridge. I know. What is happening to the world of performance sailing?
Although I will say, before we were on the Outremer, we spent a few days on the Neil 47 that had the little cushion thing on top. I don't even call it a fly
We
bridge.
did enjoy it.
But we were up there a lot,
Yeah,
just
it's
chilling
true.
out with a drink.
It's
And so yeah.
Well, I'm like, I don't know. I've got a bean bag. I can take that up top. Same.
Right? It is
Yeah,
the
right?
same. Beanbag. I haven't seen any beanbags here.
No.
That is another
What?
surprise.
I know, right? Bean bags are highly underrepresented.
Yes, we need to start a
In the
beanbag
European
company
market?
and go to the shows, and
I'm in.
we would sell thousands.
We really
That's
would,
it.
We really
actually.
should.
You wanna start a
Let's
business?
do it. You just saw
Done.
it happen.
Let's do
Done.
it.
We'll come up. What are we going to call this company?
Sit here. No.
We'll work
You're
on that.
completely out of marketing. Anyway, what is your
The sack.
Oh, God.
already taken?
That's taken.
Okay, we'll get back to you on that
Yeah,
one.
we'll figure
You're
it
going to
out.
love my beans.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know if it's good, but it seems okay right now. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, my God.
So now we have got Dev and Spandana, right? Okay, just making sure that my pronunciation is correct. Over here with us, and now not as many people might know you, so give us like your quick elevator pitch. Tell us about you.
A couple from New York that kind of gave up everything, got on a boat, started sailing, and we've been going at it now for 3 years. We have been loving every minute of it and are forever changed.
So tell us about the boat you're on right now.
We're on a 1993 caliber named Turtle, who is currently in the Caribbean waiting for us to get back to her.
And then a sigh. Okay.
Yes.
So why in the heck do you have a boat in the Caribbean? You're from the U.S. and yet you're here. So why did you decide to come to the show?
I think a big part of it was that we had kind of a rough sail. We were trying to go in the Caribbean. We were trying to do like a 3-day passage. We got hit with winds just straight onto the front of the boat. We had a hurricane coming in towards us, and we had to abandon the trip because we had an engine failure. And while we were sailing all the way back, we realized that we were on our ears the entire time because of the heel of the boat and just a general discomfort. And we started talking about, is it any different on a multi-hull? And so we were like, okay, maybe we should start exploring multi-hulls.
When we started, we were sort of new to the whole world of sailing, and we weren't sure if we'd love it or hate it. And now, 3 years later, we're forever cruisers, I think. And now we both have part-time jobs to be able to continue sailing remotely. We need workspaces, solar and lithium, a comfortable living space, and we want to sail in easier conditions and more comfortably.
That's why you're here then. You're boat shopping.
We're boat shopping. I'm sorry. Yes. In summary, we're boat shopping.
We came here knowing we wanted to see the balance in the HH boats, and we were able to get onto them. We spent, I think, an hour and a half on the balance, which was crazy just because the amount of time that you have at boat shows is usually much smaller. Really
And
got
the
to talk about
crowds,
details.
there's much less crowds here. You can hear yourself think a lot better.
In Annapolis right now, we would just have a swarm of people around us in this area, so very different in that sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's worth it because I think we didn't do boat shows or even chartering or anything when we bought our first boat. Not that it was wrong, it got us on the water, but now that we have the time, this is absolutely the way to shop because you get on boats that you're like, I would never buy this boat. This is like a $5 million boat, but they have, like, one of them had a over-the-top camera that I'm completely stealing for Turtle. I'm like, oh,
The idea,
that's amazing.
not the camera.
Oh, not the camera. No grand theft in France, but yeah, you just get ideas on what you want that you didn't even realize existed. So I think boat shows are 100% worth it. The more of them you can see, like there's an incredible one in Germany we want to go to next year. Of course, the Miami one we heard is amazing, and if we're in the States for that, we would go to that. So
Yeah.
the more the better, I think.
Yeah. Well, I love the point about, going on like a $5 million boat that you're like, I have no intentions of ever, but it doesn't mean that you can't get great ideas for your own vessel. Yeah. So even if it's how big is Turtle?
40 feet.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She's tiny but mighty.
Tiny but mighty. Aw, awesome. Well, cool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, before we continue, I feel like I need to tell you that I can count on one hand how many boat shows we've been to. And despite the fact that we have been to 2 in just the past year alone, it's not exactly something we mark on our calendars. But the more that we attend, the more reasons we find to attend. And thanks to today's sponsor, AG1, we can come to these shows and make these videos without completely having a heart attack about the cost of accommodations.
And the cheapest place in Cannes is 250 euros? Oh!
It's okay, honey. Drink your AG1. It's got adaptogens. It'll help your body manage the stress. This little green package is packed with probiotics, prebiotics, 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced superfoods. And as much as I wished I could just say that we would get everything we need from a well-balanced diet, the reality is it's freaking impossible, especially in France.
When you are here, all you eat is fromage and croissant.
So we take AG1 to fill in the nutritional gaps and keep our guts happy. It's a tasty, fruity beverage that is travel friendly and super easy to whip up. And if you use the link in our description, then AG1 will give you 5 travel packs for free and a year's supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 with your first purchase. So thank you very much to AG1 for helping to get us here. And now back to the show. You didn't do anything. Oh, I didn't even see. They need any introduction, but we've got Renee and Keith here of Zatara. Yeah, you know these guys. Okay, so what we've been wondering is, well, first of all, why in the heck are you here?
Because you're here.
Yeah, it's a little load of crap. No, why are you really here?
No. We just come up here to look at the boats, look at all the sailboats. We hadn't been on a new 580 or a new Catamaran in a long time. We wanted to see what the new lines look like, and that's why we came up.
And same?
Yep, I just follow him wherever he goes.
She's loyal. You're so loyal.
Okay, so that's why you're here. So then my question is on like boat shows. Do you feel like you get anything out of the boat show? You think it's worth it to come to the boat show? Any boat show. It doesn't have to be this one. It's just boat shows in general.
From a YouTube standpoint or from
nope,
a consumer?
Consumer. You are a consumer.
Okay,
right?
I do, for sure. I do. I didn't want to come at first. So I was like, I don't want to walk around and be hot and look at boats. And now that we're here, I've found several that would like to have own sail.
So it's a great opportunity for anybody looking at getting a catamaran, going into this lifestyle, to get on as many different kinds of boats as you can.
Yeah.
So, and that's the greatest thing about boat shows. You get to see all the latest tech, you get to see all the latest gadgets, you get to see the latest boats, and that's the great thing about it.
And have you found any gadgets or tech that you've been like, yeah, okay, I'm taking that home with me?
Well, as you guys know, my boat has all of it, so I don't really need any more of it. So it's already rigged right and ready to go.
Oh, okay. So nothing, you found nothing at the show?
Nothing I don't already have. Well, there's a couple of Hooters girls over there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We don't want the Hooters girls on the boat.
No.
You can cut that out.
I gleeked.
Oh, so there you go. That's your 2 cents from Zatara.
There you go.
There you go. 2 cents.
Go ahead and introduce yourselves and give me at least a 30-second spiel.
We're sailing Awen. We're Holly and Stephane, and we're from South Lake Tahoe, and we just got on a Outremer 52. We had a Fountain Peugeot 47, and we decided to switch it up.
Aside from the fact that you just took delivery, why are you here? Why come to the show?
I know. So we've had our boat in the water, almost 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And we're doing our shakedown. It's great because we have follow-up questions. So we had a conversation with desalinator for the water maker. We had questions for B&G. We have follow-up questions.
CI.
Yeah.
And we know those people. We were here last year, and we were waiting for our boat. Now we're here with our boat, but now we know the people. And then it's always good to have those relationships, and we're learning new things as we talk to
Yeah.
them, because now we started using this equipment, so it's valuable for that.
So you're here for information.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
And then have you done, aside from obviously going to speak to all the different people for all the different parts and bits and bobs that are on your boat, have you gone to look around at all?
Of course, yeah.
We
we
went
went on your boat.
No,
yeah,
not
so
your boat,
Not
but the
your
same
boat.
model.
Yeah.
The
had to
44.
check that out. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. And so it's also nice to get on ORC and some of these other boats. I want to see the Windalow again because last year we saw it, but we haven't seen the new one. So it's always neat to compare.
Yeah.
So you like getting out there and still popping on, even though you just have a brand new boat.
Well, plus it's the community,
Yeah.
you know. Not only having the connections of other owners or other sailors, but also knowing the people who built your boat, who service your boat. You know, having a personal relationship is, I think, really helpful.
I would,
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
And so anything from this show that's been super interesting? Have you found something new that you didn't know that existed before? Seen a really great idea? Anything that's been like, ooh.
Well, the big motor yachts are awesome. They don't sail at all, but
Yeah.
they're fun to look at. We took a crazy powerboat ride. Friend of
Fastest
ours.
62 knots on the water
Yeah.
last night to come back to our boat. That was a fast ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we haven't gone really shopping for new
No.
equipment. It's more the equipment we
have
have,
enough
talking
equipment.
to the people.
Yeah, so now you're trying to figure it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah, asking
makes sense.
questions, learning new tips and tricks, and so that's been
Meeting
useful
our
for that.
insurance broker face to face.
Yeah,
is
face to
also
face.
good.
Yeah,
there you go.
so that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah, so I guess because they're all here, so this is just like the easiest place to
convenient.
get it all done.
Yeah.
Ah,
for sure.
okay. I'm taking notes.
Yes.
Yeah. And speaking of, because you are only 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then, any words of wisdom for us? Because like you just did your handover, now you're doing your shakedown.
Well, we had a new boat that we bought so in 2020, so we went through this process. So I think to be aware that any new boat is going to have a set of issues.
It's
You
a boat.
also need to get used to your own boat. You might know how to sail, but you need to learn how to sail on your boat. So just to be patient during that phase, just to be very don't invite friends.
Yeah.
Don't invite
make any
family.
plans. Don't have
make
any
plans about
expectations.
visiting. Our plan is like,
Yeah.
okay, we have like another 2 weeks, and we were in Corsica. We stayed in the same spot for 4 days. We saw another window, and we crossed.
Came
And
back.
everybody's like, "What did you see in Corsica?"
We don't
Not
know.
much, because
Yeah.
we're on a shakedown
Our
mode.
project
and,
list,
and now
that's
we're
what
going
we
to the
saw.
Balearics, and we're probably not going to see much because we're on a shakedown mode. So
Yeah.
prioritize figuring out the issues and
yeah.
everything, and so because we bring it back after that to Outremer and then resolve the issues, and we cross the Atlantic this winter. So
Yeah.
so that's a priority.
Okay, then I got to call you out because you said don't invite friends, but you had the O'Kellys on. So what was that a
They
bad
invited
idea?
themselves.
No.
You know those people, you know?
No, it was fun because they were in the area, and we were excited to actually have help doing the shakedown. So we were like, okay, you can use all the systems on the other side. So
Yeah,
you
we
always
met
find.
in Melbourne. It was fun too. Now we're meeting on the other half of the world.
And of course,
and-
they wanted to sail. So
Yeah, of course.
And they're
Yeah.
boat people. So
Yeah.
when I'm saying this, it's like they
Yeah.
know this how that works.
Yeah.
And on the they can share their experiences
Yeah.
also.
So maybe not newbies, not new boat people.
Right, right.
No families
Like no-
and friends,
no actual
unless
of our
they're like
family, yeah.
bring some expertise
Yeah, or
and,
some
and help you
croissant.
out through the process.
The only other piece of advice I would have, and this is less for you, but more for people who go to boat shows,
Okay.
is don't fall in love with the boat at the dock. Get on the sea trials. Go sail the boat. See how the boat sails. And I think that was a little bit our trap last time, is we didn't really understand how we wanted to sail until we got on a boat, and then we ended up changing boats. So I think it's really, really important to get on the boats.
Yeah, I agree with that a lot.
Filter, look at plenty of boats, filter the ones you like, and then make a point with a charter or go to where they're being built
Yeah.
and try them.
Yeah.
And that's key, really.
Yeah. For
Good
sure.
advice. Good advice. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and nice meeting
Good
you
to
in
meet
person.
I know,
After so
right?
many
Yeah.
years following you guys.
This is it. We're talking about that, and we've been saying, like, it is community. Like, you
It
do get
is.
to run into a
the
lot of
best.
people. You'll make friends just yapping about a boat. So
Yeah.
it's just like being out on the water. You make community there, you make community here, too.
Yes.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So there you have it. lots of different reasons to come to a boat show, whether you've already got a boat or whether you're shopping or whether you just took delivery, which kind of brings us to why we are here. Well, we are getting our new HH44 very soon, and hole number 1 is here at the show, and they're going to be doing sea trials as soon as the show ends. That's why we are really here. Now, the bonus being there is a boat show, and we are outfitting a boat. We need fenders, we need safety gear, we need all sorts of things. So we're going to do some shopping while we're here, and then go sailing and get some sea time on our soon-to-be new boat. So stay tuned, and we will see you next Sunday. Thanks for watching. Bye!